chrome finish. Nice lines. Matching the motorcycle. Its chrome accents set off. Oh, and let's not forget the super cool skull. What the hell was I thinking? Hey guys, welcome back to me and my Shadow. I apologize for the background noise. The neighbor is having a birthday party for his daughter. So part of the problem I've always had with my motorcycle, one of the main things, is the grips. Let me show you. Now, I bought these grips for the bike, about a year ago, and I took the original grips off. I thought they were cool at the time. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I liked the skulls, and I really liked the chrome accent matching the bike with the black and chrome. However, there was a big problem. The grips are way too cold in the winter, okay? Number one, because they're like a metal or aluminum or whatever. And also, they're very slippery. There's no texture to them to grip. So not only do they get cold, but especially on my throttle hand, when I'm going for long distances and I'm holding it, I find the throttle wanting to slip back on me in my gloves. So it's unsafe, and I'm sick of them. I began my search for grips online, and you know me, I'm always looking for affordable, probably nothing a little bit too fancy. And as part of my research, and also the fact that I live vicariously through Lucky Aces, good friend of the channel, and Lucky, you know I live vicariously through you all the time, except for your bobber dream. Sorry, man. But in one of Lucky's older videos, he was showing that he changed out his original grips with these. These are the Vans Cult street bike grips. I wanted something that was simplistic, comfortable, and most importantly had good grip, and was also not going to be freaking freezing on my hands. Picked these up off of Amazon for about $20. They are surprisingly comfortable for what they are. And today, we're going to go ahead and put them on the bike. Many different ways to change grips, and everybody kind of has their own idea on it. This is how I change grips. One pair of needle nose pliers, one can of WD-40, and one very long flat-headed screwdriver. It's really all you need. Now the first thing you want to do is figure out if you want to save the grips or if you're just going to throw them out. Because if you want to save the grips, you can take a razor blade on most of them and slice them right down the middle, just peel them right off. Or if they're not aluminum metal like mine, you can do that. But I can't because mine won't slice. This stuff is magic, liquid gold. I'm not sponsored, but I'm telling you, this will help dissolve the glue and help get those grips off, where, especially if they've been on there for quite some time. So what I do is I take my needle nose pliers, and I'm not, again, guys, I am not saving these grips. Just peel it back a little bit, give it a little squirt of WD-40, work it in there. And as you peel it back and get it down a little bit further from the handlebar, what you can do is you can lift up with the screwdriver, put the little stem in there, squirt a little bit more in there. Let that sit in there for just a little while to work that glue loose a little bit. Be really careful, try not to scratch up your bike. And also, guys, one important thing that I forgot, get a rag. And see, the WD-40 is already doing its magic. Let me show you. You just let that WD-40 penetrate that and start breaking apart that glue a little bit. And if your grips are going to be stubborn, it's time to break out the old channel locks. And just begin to work that back and forth. And again, if you guys want to save it, you can always take a towel or something like that, wrap around it. That way you're not hurting the grip, tearing it up with the channel locks. But as you can see, that WD-40 does the trick. Mic drop. Same thing on this side. I've already applied WD-40. And this is your throttle handle. So you want to be careful of the throttle casing that's underneath. If you decide that you're going to try to just slice the grips off, there's a throttle tube under here. So you want to be careful not to mess that up. Off they go. I always like to wipe off any excess glue that might be stuck on there. So sometimes I'll just give it a little squirt of the WD-40. Plus it adds a little bit of lubricant to the bar itself for when you slide the new ones on. Just to try to get some of the old crud off of there so you don't have all that old glue stuck under there. Just clean them up a little bit. Now you're going to notice on these grips that are like this, you're going to have two different holes obviously that you're going to slide over. But do you see how this one's a little bit bigger? This is a little bit bigger because this is your throttle side. It's supposed to fit over the throttle tube, so they give you a little bit more room. This one's obviously a little bit smaller. I don't know if you can see the comparison. I hope you can. Now, when I do this, I always like to spread a little bit of lube on there. And you can, a lot of people will use hairspray or something like that. I just use WD-40. It's always worked for me real well. And what you can do is you can lubricate the bar just a little bit with some WD-40 before you actually go to slide the new ones on. Just a little bit. Don't go crazy with it. Just put a little bit on there like that. It just kind of helps you slide it on there. Here, I just put a light coat of WD-40 on this bar. Then you want to make sure that you got, in this case I'm working on the non-throttle side first. You want to take your one that has the smaller hole, obviously this is the larger one for the throttle side, and just begin to work the grip on just by turning it. Another thing you can do, because this is pretty tight, is you can spray a little bit of WD-40 inside of the tube itself, inside of the grip itself. Put a little WD-40, let that soak in a little bit, and that'll help it slide right on. Like so. I'm going to apply a little bit of WD-40, just a little bit on here, just a little bit on the tube. I'm going to spray a little bit down in here. Put it on. Slide that grip on. Of course, after you're done, you want to allow some time for them to sit and adhere to your bars a little bit. The last thing you want to do is take it out for a spin when it's still able to turn on here on your. So you want to let it sit for a good amount of time and let it adhere back to the throttle tube and be seated properly. There you go, guys. Very, very simple operation. These grips are really nice and comfortable on my hands. And most importantly, guys, they're not going to be cold and my hands are not going to slip on these grips when I've got my gloves on. that's it. That's Tim's version of putting new grips on your bike. If you guys got any questions, feel free to give me a shout and let me know. I want to thank everybody for watching the video today. And Lucky, by the way, I was just giving you a hard time. Secretly, I'm jealous. I just don't have the balls to chop my bike like you did. I think your bobber looks great. Anyway, you guys all have a good day. Thanks for watching me in my shadow. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Get out there and ride. Stay safe. Oh, like and subscribe if you like the video. There's more to come soon. By the way, special thanks to Lucky for his awesome video on changing grips, and also the, I guess, recommendation, because I really like these grips. Vans Cult grips off Amazon. You can get them for like 20 bucks. They're comfortable. They're easy to install. Man.